grateful to each and every one of them for being here. And I had no good way of organizing this other than I did it alphabetically. So starting us off is going to be Mr. Billings, who he is the Director of Information Technology. I told him we weren't going to go into anything about power outage. If you can come over here so that your
But AI thank you. This is an opportunity I don't get to do very often, so I really appreciate it. I started out as a parent volunteer in 1991, and when I brought the first internet connection, my family to a PVSchools, about $150,000 investment. I was then a business partner with the district for about 8 or 9 years. And then I decided to sell my business. My wife said I went through a, what do you call this thing, business crisis? No, I was getting back to my roots. It was about learning. And eventually get back to my roots of learning for certificate in special ed. But I haven't quite got there yet. Applied in 2000 and I've been your IT director. I've remained at this position. I haven't been fired yet. But the internet is very dynamic. The information I had to talk to you about, I think they're good things. I've seen the evolution of this internet. My first job was connecting mainframes to phone companies in 1972 as a high school student. So I've seen this evolution, and it's pretty interesting. Go to the next. I'm going to walk around.
Okay. I'll follow you.
Can you go to the next picture and I'll try to move the phone? How long do I have?
You're done.
There was a mistake putting me on first. Drew will give me the signal. Let's go to the next one. I have some good. When I think
yeah, we have yours.
Oh, well then I'm gonna have to fly by the mic. That's not a problem. There's a few things that I wanted to bring up to you exactly, or specifically. It was the thrust of it was discussed at the last board meeting, which was Thursday, which is about security and safety. A lot of the things you're going to hear from the other directors, significant parts, if not all of it, will not work without a secure and safe internet. So everything is foundational. The most foundational of what we do is infrastructure, which now has new federal laws called SOCA, which deals in that guy's space. So he and I are going to get to be good buddies. We already have. But when you talk electrical, there's only two things more important than internet: electrical and toilets. So, you lose those things, then you're host. Right? After that, you start looking at internet infrastructure and the things that Drew and I are going to have. Here's the thrust of it. It started a couple of years before the global pandemic of COVID. There was significant uptick related to social links. I don't know any other word to it than that. More stuff was disturbing. The government invested significantly in trying to make our elections safe and secure. But I started seeing it in the K-12 as well. Fast forward, and today, K-12 is in the top 5 of all industrial vectors globally. And we're number 1 in ransomware or cyber attacks. Okay? This is real. It's significant. I watched all the way this internet thing coming on. And cybersecurity and artificial intelligence are an existential threat to the industry. There's no other way I can express it. So we are trying to get on top of it and stay on top of it. but I have 2 active phishing attacks going on right now that I was dealing with before I came into this. This is a daily current thing that I'm dealing with. In full transparency, which Dr. Bells wants me to have, and always. There were 9 frameworks passed in the spring of 2023 that Cabinet approved. They were recommended by UPC representatives on data governance and cybersecurity and on information technology committee. There were 9 frameworks that dealt with cybersecurity, student data privacy, data governance, artificial intelligence, and digital citizenship. Okay. There's out of those frameworks, things started happening this summer. Things are continuing to happen right now. And they are around, here's the bottom line. Content filters and firewalls, which are industry practice in K-12 and across every industrial sector, are not enough. They're not cutting it in K-12. We have to step up the game in some various areas, which includes a stronger, what I call walled garden. Okay? We're taking the 2 billion plus web portals and sites out there that continue to grow every day, and we're reducing them to sub 500 in the store. Okay? We're going to try real hard. That's my boss's challenge, to not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay? But that's where it gets squirrely, because you can take a good web portal and somebody posts bad content. What to do about it? Okay? So those have all been submitted. We started a process before COVID, and it really accelerated in COVID, where educators were saying, I need tools, I need this. Well, we kept that process going. We vetted for security, privacy, governance, total cost of ownership, and curricular relevance. We now have a protocol. It's operational. Is it core curriculum? Yes or no? If it is, it's preferred. If it's not, we have to approve. It doesn't go all the way. I don't know. Categories of content filters and firewalls, they don't cut. We're going to say, here's the 500, nothing else. Okay. Good luck. Thank you. Oh, I thought you wanted me to get off already. I said, you're heading.
Yeah. I think we're wrapping it up on so we can make it through.
I got it. So we're doing that, and we're vetting services. Services are things like email, things like Drive, things like sites, things like groups, chat, YouTube, streaming, social media. We had that before COVID. We're doing another one now, and so things are going to tighten. Just letting you all know, letting the directors know. Things are going to tighten. And so there's that. The big thing that we need to do, and I'll close with.
Okay. Close with the big one.
Okay. There is a thing called digital citizenship and digital literacy. It is now approved as a standard in TV. All students are going to get it. It's going to be driven largely by the new ADE technology standards that just passed in 2022 and common sense media. If you want to get a feel for what's coming, go to digitalcitizen.pvschools.net. Sign up, get the updates. If you want to see a dynamite school that's got a cross grade level, Fireside Elementary School. They're nailing it. Your UPC representative to data governance committed you all. Just thought I'd let you know since George was not here. To work a strong partnership with IT, the local PTO and PTAs, and school resource owners. Who, by the way, are starting to teach you. Train you to need your education is best defense that we can have. Okay? And some of those conversations need to occur at home. what's morally and ethically correct, what is good behavior. We got to move all of the kids into what's called the white hatter category. Can't have too many black hatters. Okay? And with that, I don't have anything else. Well, that's okay. Thank you.
And I have to follow Jeff?
So, Karen Brown, Director of Gifted Services. And I know we had earlier questions, but we're going to let her do a presentation and
I will be answering your questions probably in that presentation. Yes. So, I'm Karen Brown. I am the Director of Gifted. Yeah, there we go. So I just want to give you a kind of an overview of Gifted in Paradise. What it looks like when we think about cluster grouping. We're looking primarily at kindergarten through third, fourth grade. Cluster grouping is that purposeful placement of all learners, not just our gifted kids, but all learners, so we have a good balance in our classrooms. We also offer a comprehensive program. Now, starting in kindergarten, we do have preschools, about 3 sites. Our students scoring with an ability test in at least the 90th percentile. About elementary or 6, we have content replacement in those schools that's being taught by a gifted specialist. What we recognize is that by the time students get to about 4th grade, no longer is that enrichment and enhancement that's happening in a cluster room enough. In reading and math, many of them need more acceleration. And so that's why that opportunity is available to them. And again, we have comprehensive gifted that services 4th, 5th, and 6th grade as well. Middle school, all of our sites have classes. So those are available. It's not necessarily a gifted class, but we have many gifted learners in those classes. We have 2 programs, Fire Application, Journey, and Quest. I'm going to talk a little bit more about those. Is a little bit different because to access AP, to access learners, to access gifted identification is a requirement. Do we have lots of gifted kids in those classes? Yes, we do. But it's not a requirement that they have a gifted identification. So lots of different options. We call it a continuum of service because we recognize that one size does not fit all the gifted kids. They are very unique. They are very different. And what works for one child does not necessarily work for a child. And we see that with families. I know that you guys and my older child is gifted identified, and I'll say, you know, we really should be testing your younger one as well. No, you don't need to. He's not. But his teacher thinks we really should be identified. We really should be. No, he's not. He's not. And we test to ensure that he is. They just look different. And so helping parents recognize them, helping teachers identify them, the population attention to right now are English language learners. That just because you don't speak English doesn't mean you can learn. And so we have to pay attention to how we're identifying those children, supporting them, servicing them, making sure they're getting education opportunities that they need. Okay, so upcoming events. We have lots of upcoming events that we want to make sure that families are aware of. Middle school information night tomorrow night, and that information night will talk about Journey. It will talk about Quest. Quest is what we previously called the DLC, and everybody said, well, why are you changing the name? I'll tell you why, because it has that word digital on it, and that freaks parents out because after COVID, when they hear the word digital, they automatically think it's an online program. And so we really needed to do some changing and some revamping. And we also wanted to do some changing with the curriculum itself. And so how are we aligning to make sure that our learners are on a good trajectory, on a good pathway to attend either Quest or to go to the session. So we had to do some adjustments there. And all that information shared tonight. Information night. Live stream. if they can't be there in person. Yes, ma'am. I think the days seems like a bit, yes, and I will fix that. Yes, the actual night when you can be on campus and see what's happening are October 17th and October 18th. Those need to change. We originally were going to try to do them earlier in the year. We have a wonderful young coming DJ Graham. Many of you know DJ. He's actually a PV grad himself. He is going to be talking about what it is like to be a perfectionist and how we move forward with that. So he's one that you won't want to miss. We're having Dr. Laura Wieners come to talk about understanding anxiety. We have Emily Coach-Ramones coming in February to talk about TUI learners as they relate to the middle school and the high school. She came previously and really focused more on the elementary school. But we recognize that TUI learners are in the middle school and the high school as well. And so we want to make sure that we are offering opportunities for parents to learn about those kids, what we can do to support them. Supporting the gifted child. Last year and earlier this year, we did a panel of gifted specialists to talk about gifted kids in their classes. What do they see? How do they support? How can parents support them? And it was a huge hit. So we did it again this fall, and we'll do it again in the spring. And then lastly, something that we've not done previously is we're going to offer a gifted showcase. And it will be held at high school. They were gracious enough to say, sure, come on over. You can borrow our facilities. And we're going to showcase all of the things that have happened all year long in those gifted classrooms. The kids will be there presenting for you. Every school will be represented. And so we're really excited about that opportunity and being able to share the different things that we're doing. This is our parent portal. This is available on our district website, and it is designed specifically for you. It is designed for parents who want to find information. It is updated constantly, but it's just a great place to find information. To get, how do I get to the gifted website? How do I get to gifted inheritance? How do I need Khan Academy. How do I get there? Just a variety of different resources. I need enrichment ideas of things to do with my learning. These are updated all the time. So we really want to make sure that we are providing for families everything that you and I relate with.
It's even great going after this.
I mean, goes back pre-COVID when Desert Cove, and I'm going to mention it again.
Yep.
How are we going to bring that program back? Yep. Because that is the only school that does in west of Tatum that has the gifted program. And
well, that has a comprehensive gifted
program. The comprehensive gifted program.
I'm glad you asked that.
Because we have like kids from Palomino who could.
And we have many children who need are at many of our title schools who need a comprehensive gifted program. We have to figure out how to transfer those kids. We have to figure out how to market that. And that's a conversation that I've already had with the marketing department to say, what do we need to do differently? How do we get that across to families? And I've met with the PTO president at Desert Cove, and we have ideas of ways that we're going to market that program and help them. The district is committed to bringing back that first and second grade classroom because we need it. We need that continuum at Desert Cove.
Because I've had to do it, and this is my own personal experience. Bus personally drive to North Ranch. She's at Desert Cove, and if she tests gifted into that, then I have to go back to North Ranch. But then I'm trying to go back into the classroom, and
I understand it's a real challenge. We are committed to get that program back in full force at Desert Cove. The goal is for next year that it will be there
in the basic kindergarten, eventually pre-K.
I think we're going to probably start with a 1-2 to get the 1-2, the 3, 4, the 6 in place, and then move toward kindergarten the following year. It's definitely something that is on the radar. It's something that we need to put back in place. Here, that we're only closing this for 1 year, and then we're going to find a way to build it. Okay. So we are going to find a way to reopen it. The other program that I know some people are interested in is the Twice Exception program. I was very lucky to get funding from A for Arizona. A for Arizona typically funds charter schools, private organizations. We were very lucky that I was able to get a grant, for a little over $286,000. So we got the first half of it last year, we get the second half of it this year, and that's what we're working with to build our program. That's what's funding, bringing in Emily Kirshner-Morris to support us in learning that. We trained close to 120 teachers last year in understanding who are these TUI kids and how do we support them. Our goal is to have a TUI specialist at every school. That specialist will be in a classroom. They'll be a classroom teacher, but they'll have an understanding of TUI learners and how to support those kids because they're in every classroom. We need to make sure that we have teachers trained in what to do with them. In August, we trained 180 of our cluster teachers and got them started in that TUI training. And that will continue throughout their cluster meetings throughout this year. So we're really excited about that and the opportunity that it gives us to support these learners. For those of you who don't know, a twice exceptional learner is a child who is gifted identified, but also has a disability, something that is impeding their ability to access that gifted intelligence. It could be ADHD, it could be autism, it could be a learning disability, it could be lots of different things. For many of them, we just need a little bit of a change in their classroom. They don't need a specialized room. Some of them do. And so making sure that we are equipped to handle that and to support those learners throughout our district. Our goal is that we're going to support them across the district, not just in one place, not just at one school, not just with one teacher, but we're going to support them in every classroom because they're in every classroom. So thank you.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to ask some questions because we are now over time and I'm so sorry. Sorry. And also too, you know, their emails are up there. So I think that this is a great opportunity to see, meet, and all of that. And then if you have individual questions, I'm sure that they would be willing to answer those via email at a later date, just to, in everybody's interest of time. Right. Hurry, guys. Okay, we got you up.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Cunningham. I'm the Director of Professional Development. For those of you who do not know what we do in professional development, we are kind of co-funded with our district funds from a federal grant called Title IIA funds. And so the purpose of those funds is really to help increase development. And we do that in a variety of ways. We do this for 6 different reasons. The first one is we create courses for our ESP staff as well as our certified teaching staff. And so when your child puts something, probably because they were doing it. We do trainings for staff in the area of curriculum, instruction, also classroom management. And we're going to talk next, I think, is the Center for Teacher Development. So we also have something pretty unique to, I think, actually to our state, because we are able to access all of the two grants. And we have something called the CTD, which is 11 mimic, kind of like that microphone does, classrooms in 11 different classrooms. So that we use that as a professional development. Oftentimes, in many ways, people talk to their own. But we're able to tune into our classrooms and we have permission forms and so forth. Parents know that they're in there and schedule times. And there's actually one going on right now. We're looking at secondary ELA. So we go over there and we tune into our, computers and we can watch and observe and look at curriculum, instructional practices and things like that. So we have the CTD also in our department. The next thing we have as part of our department is AVID. AVID, if you're not familiar with that, is Advancement via Individual Determination, and it's a program that is at 12 of our schools, elementary, middle, and high school, so that's part of our area. We also have this year, Project Momentum is under under our professional development department. Project Momentum, and there are 6 schools. What that is it's kind of a program that we received through the State Department, and it's now housed in ADE. But basically, it's schools that have professional learning communities, and it's really just a fund that they gave us money for, so that those schools could do professional learning communities on their time after school or before school, in addition to what we already do. And sometimes teachers get paid together during their prep time. So that's another department. One very critical piece, and this is really where our department started and these things all sprouted from there, is we have a mentor program. So we have 2 elementary and 2 secondary and 2 special ed mentors for all of our brand new teachers. These are not just teachers new to PV. These are just right out of the profession, out of college rather, first and second year teachers. And so our mentors go out, they support new teachers. They are in their classrooms if they need some instructional help, classroom management, and right now, actually, at this time, they're teaching a class for these new teachers. So that's what we have there. And last but certainly not least, we also have 6 instructional coaches. You may have heard that we had, like, I think it was close to 30, like 27 instructional coaches last year. With our budget cuts, we were able to retain 6 of them, and we retain them at the district level. And so I'm going to show you in the next slide how we use these coaches. So the coaches we've decided, and we met with a group of people. We had teachers, we had principals, and coaches as part of this team. And we decided we only have 6 coaches. How are we going to stretch them to 44 sites? What can we do to meet the needs of our students ultimately? So we decided to go by regions, and it's not exactly a perfect feeder model, but they were similar in regions. So you'll see the different 5 high schools at the top. The instructional coaches are actually coaching at the elementary and middle school level. And we'll try to move on this. So we've got the 6 coaches. We've got 2 focused in the North Canyon region, because obviously there's more schools there. And the coaches will go support these schools in those 3 specific areas, because we felt like if we targeted our instruction, we'd be sure to see some impact. If we just sent them out and say, coach away, we're not going to have any effect. So these are the focus areas that are directly aligned with Dr. Bill's goals.
Guys know here we will send our reps the slides as well, so you guys will have this information to share with you. Dr. Drew Davis,
Good morning,
Director
everyone.
of Facilities and Construction.
Thanks for the opportunity to speak here today. My name is Drew Davis. I've been an educator for 30 years. We'll share a little bit about our role and what we do in facilities and construction department. First of all, we oversee over 5,300,000 and change square feet buildings and everything that goes on inside and everything that goes on outside. So 41 buildings, 13 buildings. Our district, approximately 120 miles, so we've got a lot of mileage in between those buildings. Average age of our school, a factor and priority for us to address. As one who is also getting older, our schools are getting older. And so just to give some perspective, the average age of our high school, 37 years. We have some who are eligible for Social Security. Some are just kind of just before that. Let's see, we've got middle schools that are 32 years old. Our elementary schools are average 28 years old, and our support buildings are 30 years old. So we've got some buildings that are beginning to show their age. So in some fun facts, things that we get to maintain, we're a crew of 75, ranging in experience from journey level technicians to people learning to be a part of a preventative maintenance program. We have a very wide-ranging staff with a variety of levels of expertise, and we're always hiring. So So if you know someone, please. So some fun facts about our facilities. We maintain 4,500 HVAC units across the district, 7,500 plumbing fixtures, and 171,000 bulbs. Which feed out every 3 years. Of course, it's all about AC. And at some point, we're going to have to address that. But because our crew does such a great job getting those filters for us, all that stuff that we have done to our home ACs, that's going on all the time with our 4,500 units. One thing I did want to share with you, and this is a secret to a government presentation next week, where we're going to review our bond-funded summer projects. I am a homeowner, and so I need to be concerned about the exterior of my property. I need to be concerned about the interior of my property, and I also need to be concerned about what I can't see. And that's what we do. So some of the summer projects that we put on this year included a cafeteria and kitchen remodel at Horizon, new millwork, new cabinetry for a science lab at Vista Verde. So those are some inside things, things that you can't see. We replaced AC units at a variety of school sites. We're always trying to upgrade those units, targeting those that are going down on a street plate and are past their life expectancy. We're painting interiors, we're repaving, resurfacing parking lots. We're installing brand new, beautiful artificial turf fields and the tracks at our high schools, and of course, taking care of that exterior playground, maintaining and installing those. So over the summer, the total bond expenditure is $28 million. A lot of work to maintain. That's it for me. Floor.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
So, who's going to be excited with that morning? Cool pictures. This is Miss Maureen, who is our Director of Fine Art, and we've got some exciting things in the district.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have some notes here. Hopefully I'll remember everything. But I oversee visual and performing art K-12. So we do have visual art as a special at the elementary level, and then as an elective, students going to middle school and high school. And then that separates out into 2D and 3D art. And then with performing arts, which I want to make sure I include all of them, we've got band and strings at the elementary at all levels. Choir starts as kind of a club at the elementary level. All the students take general music as a special, and then in the middle and high school, that's a class they can take. And we have drama, which starts if you're at Desert Cove and part of the North Valley Arts Academy. So that starts in the elementary level. Otherwise, that starts mostly at the middle school level, and then dance, which is at a few of our middle schools and continues in high school. That's also something through our NVAA North Valley Arts Academies program, which I think is the next slide. Dance is offered in the younger grades there, so that's kind of unique. NVAA is our specialties for the school arts program at the Desert Cove, K, and Shadow Mountain Theater System. So they have dance, music technology, drama, and visual art. And there's a lot of activities that happen between the 3 campuses to kind of create that through line for those students. Yeah, okay, next one. Is that it? Okay, great. So my last slide. So I did want to say a couple of things before this. We have some really amazing trips. 3 ones that come out are special arts. We have all kinds of things with professional development with teachers and also artists that go into the classroom with that partnership. PVSchools is doing some great things for us as well. And because of the grant, any teacher in our district can go to the students. So that's You'll notice that every starts it's so really exciting to bring kids here to the district and have our board listen to us in our schools in one step. And art is always a lot. So anyway, I can check that out. We have a lot of events that happen in the course of the year. Two really big district events on December 2nd. We're at Desert Ridge. We have a fire festival that happens there. And then on March 2nd at Shadow Mountain High School, we'll have a district-wide K-12 showcase, which is a really awesome opportunity for the community to come together and celebrate you. We have a million theater festivals that go on around the country, and middle schools travel to the high schools to experience their programs. So we'll just kind of leave it at that. We do have a special calendar on the district website. You can always click find our events and experience it. And then perhaps just lastly, all of our high school students have an opportunity to earn a special skill on their diploma. There are only 4 skills in the state of Arizona where you can earn the skill. Civics, financial literacy. It's gonna go, darn it. Okay, never mind. But anyways, this is a really amazing way to showcase and honor and celebrate our students that do all kinds of extracurricular activities. If you have an art student at home, you know that they're never home because they're always doing something at school. So that's something we're really proud to be a part of and a program that we're growing. Last but not least, we have a few bond projects. Oh, this is my, you can go to this website and learn more about the arts proficiency student as well. And then lastly, we had some voter-approved bond projects that we're also really proud of. We've been to North Canyon High School or Pinnacle High School in the last year or two. You'll see brand new performing arts centers that are every other colleague I speak to is so jealous of it. It's really absolutely beautiful. And currently we're in the middle of spending off money for new instruments and things like kilns in all of our classrooms as well. That was also bond. Thank you very much for your support.
I have a quick question. So a couple parents that Valley Arts interest sheet which they can program. Is there an application deadline?
No, not right now.
It's rolling.
Yep, exactly. Right now we're wanting to just yeah, there's no deadline. There might be in the future, but right now just make sure you fill out that form. Someone will get in touch with you and we'll make sure that
So unless you're at, say, these targeted schools or you have a really motivated school, kids below 4th grade are only getting arts and music and central outside. But there's nothing happening really outside of that. Put them activities on your own. Does the district have any plans to capture that?
you mean like community education?
Not even that. So like choir, strings, orchestra, those all start at 4th grade. Nothing happens earlier.
Yeah.
And there are lots of kids that are especially interested in painting and all of this. But there's nothing or joining choir early. They're not an option to older. So either we have to find an existing program that's outside of the school district, or just tell them they have to wait, and then their interest may dwindle because they don't actually get to build those foundational skills early, when they should be building them in, first, second, third grade, so they're established.
Yes, I guess what I can say in general is we do have a couple of specialty programs, like I said, that do cater to the younger grades, like our Suzuki Straits program. In general, the vocal voice is not always ready for singing in 10th, 4th grade, and it's the same thing with instruments. We find that the attention span is difficult, sometimes even the fingering is difficult. That's not to say that a student is really passionate about it. I know that there are students out there, but that's some of the methodology behind what starts in 4th grade. We do utilize community education for things like young Rembrandts and things like that. And that's on a lot of campuses, not all campuses. But point taken, something to think about.
Most of your heavy art not even all drawing things. And that's very simple. These classes because
probably because then I think so.
Yeah. Because it's not a group program, so they have to start at the beginning every time with each group, and so it's not a viable program for moving into other things like painting or higher level art skills. So they tap out very quickly through these community-based programs. So we have to see outside programs and pay outside programs to facilitate this education that we would have to pay the district if we have programs
and when that's
And send me a separate email too, that that's what you're specifically interested in.
right.
Also, we're gonna have a feedback form on this program, so put your feedback in there too.
Great. K3 will be on my mind. Thank you. Okay, my name is Melissa Molzon, and I am the Career and Technical Education Director. I am in the exciting world of CTE. These are courses that students can take that are rigorous and real life experience that if they would like to just try out a course, or if it's something that they really want to plan on doing for a year, they have a sequence that they can take and be a part of these exciting courses. The difference between the CTE it's a little bit different than a regular class. We embed obviously academics within the classroom and also have a community involvement portion of the class. Also, 51% of the classroom instruction is hands-on real life experience. So if you ever get a chance to go around into CTE courses, kids are normally smiling and happy and excited to be a part of it because, like I said, there's a lot of relevant and real life experience happening, whether it's in bioscience or in automotive. You know, students just are usually really thrilled to be in this class. We also have a career-based learning, which comes in. We have many industry partners that we work with to make sure every course that we have is relevant and up to date. Because, of course, as you know, in technology and many of these industries changing very quickly, we want to make sure that our kids are having that most current, up-to-date experience. They offer internships for our kids. They do field trips. We do job shadowing. There are so many exciting opportunities for students in career and technical education. I highly encourage, everybody to encourage their students to at least try one course while they're in high school. I just want to talk about leadership. We also have this amazing, it's called curriculum leadership development. The students are part of a career and technical school organization, so they have an opportunity to be officers within that program. They can go to state or go to nationals and participate, and we have students that win every year, lots of accolades, and we even have state and national officers that they get to partake in that. So it is a very exciting opportunity. These are our programs we currently have, and we're building on every year, trying to get things that are high rate, high need. The life of CTE is really getting exciting because industry is really looking for ways to get kids after. Everybody wants our students because they're in such need. So it's getting pretty exciting for students, even if they can get into a program and get an entry level opportunity within, for example, honor health. And then they'll have an opportunity to possibly further their education with their employer paying for them. So there's just ways right now that they're, everybody's looking for ways to get a new workforce. So it's exciting opportunity. We also have tons of dual enrollment. In some of our sequences, we can get up to 27 college credits if they complete the sequence in some of our classes. So that's very exciting. And the last thing is WestMech. We have a partnership with WestMech. We are part of what they call a CTED. And if we don't offer the opportunity, WestMech offers the opportunity. Our students have the ability to apply. They are currently also offering transportation, which is new. They recently received a $1.5 million grant from the state to help get kids to these opportunities. And that's new. So that's really great for us because most of those opportunities are more in the West Valley, but if they have transportation getting them there, I mean, it's really exciting. It's to look at these opportunities. We also receive monetary support from WestMech that really encouraging. All the high schools have CT. They all have CT. But they're varying different classes. If they don't offer it at their home school, they can go to PV High School for an opportunity there. So we have shuttles. Yeah, we have shuttles that go from every high school, taking kids back and forth. So if they'd like to find a part of that, they are absolutely welcome to do that. They just need to speak with their counselor,
know, when they start talking about the 4-year plan. Sure. Yeah.
Creating it so that they get into it.
Well, it's harder. It's just we're really fun to get that your exploration earlier than high school. Because I feel like I'm a former high school principal, so I feel like when they're freshmen, I wish they had more knowledge of what high school was about. I think we get a little motivation too. You know, if they can see what's the point of all of this. So yeah, I mean, they talk to the counselor when they're freshmen for sure. When we start to and his parents, you can, you know, when they just start to register, say, hey, what did you register for? You have a 4-year plan tonight. So those are.
The really cool program, and she didn't brag on them, but a bunch of the nursing students recently got paid jobs going through their senior years. So they have that big.
Thank you.
Miss Linda Taylor is our Director of Special Education. And we were talking about Mayo. We already bragged on her students. I know.
Deb did it.
I don't see often enough, but I'm the Director of Special Education, as you said, and we're just going to talk a little bit about the 30,000 foot, you know, what is special education in PD? Because we're big, service almost 5,000 students. So from preschool through high school and then beyond, we service students until they're 22 years old. We have services for subject area content, reading, writing, math, and we also work with students with technical abilities. We create a spectrum of services based on students' IEPs. They can also get speech, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and then all students, we try to go to grade level standards. And we want them to have great success as they do our school. Ready? All right, so
Gotta go do that. I'm good. I can do it.
Many of you know we have a big special Olympics. Jason Fluff is our head of delegation, and he's out of Chicago High School. But there's always some skating going. For boys and girls, we compete at the state level. We host a big track and field event in the spring. So that's on our website. We always put the dates and whatever season is coming. So please keep an eye on the students that would be interested. And if the students don't have a disability, they may want to go out there and volunteer because it's a lot of fun to run with our kids and just have a good time on this day. Some kids preschool. We have a lovely James P. Learning Center where there are comprehensive kids. Not only is there our special needs students are set up as preschool, but there's a community ed program there. Younger children. And so it's a really nice center, and that's the reason it's a lot of right. Come to us with a disability at the Magic Start. And Project Search, you already heard about. I'm sorry, I didn't know that there was going to be a presentation, or I would have been here for it myself. But that's our collaboration with Mayo Clinic, and we are in our 3rd year, and we've had tremendous success. We won a national award for placing students. Our very first year that we opened during COVID, so that was kind of remarkable. And last year, 100%. So that's an exciting little bit of success. News out there, the news is spreading out there, and I've got parents reaching out from other districts saying, how do I get in? Yeah, moving to our boundaries if you want our programs. So those are some of our kind of magnet programs. And then this is what we have for everyone. People are always asking, what do all these alphabet things mean that are at my kid's school? So hopefully with this can kind of tease it out a little bit. Learning Center, that's our resource model. Some schools do more of an inclusive model, some do more of a pull-out model, but that's offering every campus. And that's mostly support in specific academic areas. Learning for academic success, we have now at the K-5 level, but we are trying to reduce that to an early intervention and take it down to K-3, because we want those kids out exposed to Tier 1 instruction and to their typical peers. So that's really intensive academics for those kids who have learning disabilities across the board. Communication development, CP program, we're doing the same thing. We're rolling it down. It used to go all the way through 12th grade, but we're finding we want to push it. We want better outcomes. We have more more inclusive opportunities. That's also eventually going to be a key for the early intervention program. Connections. This used to be referred to as CABS, but that could have a negative connotation. So we've changed it into connections because it's about helping students connect socially and emotionally with their teachers, with their peers, sometimes even inclusive relations. So that really is an intensive focus on social emotional behavior. Program. We have an EDP for students with emotional disabilities. We have what's considered a private facility, but it's within our boundaries. And that's called Roadrunner. We had a lovely rebuild a few years ago, and it's a gorgeous campus. But that is for our students with intense behavioral needs. That is a placement. That's not something that someone can come in and go in as a district placement. And that's our only EDP facility. LFI, or Learning for Independence Level 1, this is for kids who have some cognitive, adaptive, and modified academic life skills needs. So these are kids typically who have a mild. So those students need a little bit different academics than our kids in the general setting. Learning for Independence Levels 2 and 3. These are for kids who are a little bit more involved. They might also have some medical complications. And so that's more skills, but it's helping prepare them to get ready for life. Parents, I think that's an important piece to know that we are trying to get ready to live independently, to have a job, to make their own meals if they're still living with you, do their own laundry. All of that goes into what we do. Pathways. That is our 18 to 22-year-old program. It's located on several of our campuses. That's kind of what leads into the one that's up here about public service. Pathways is, again, an opportunity to get kids out in the community and have job coaching opportunities, doing some independent life things out in the community, grocery shopping, comparison. I say public service is all students. Structured level 2, we have a large and growing population of students that are being so our level 2 is more functional life skills and also working on communication. A lot of students really have communication. So that's a big focus in that. And then our level 1, these are kids who have a much milder, they're on the higher end as far as their functioning, and they can do a lot of academics. Many of them are being pushed out into the general education setting because they're capable. And so our goal, and the reason that you won't see on here where these programs are located is we stay within your feeder pattern. So if your homeschool, for instance, is Fireside. Fireside is that any of these programs are the resource. But if your child needs to do one of these programs, we put you in the closest site to your home school because our goal is always to mainstream students out and get them back to their home campus in your neighborhood with their neighbors. And then last but not least, quite exceptional, and Karen Robert talked to you about that. That is currently grades 1 through 3, but as she said, she's working on really getting that information out to all of her different teachers, but all students can receive that without any of this location. You know, we create only such a very small group. So I believe that's all I have to say. Thank you.
And if you want it more in depth, come to the October event.
What date is it?
Yeah, October 19th. We had it up there. We'll send it. Yeah, we're going to send it back out, but that is
okay. They are
headed up.
October 19th. You'll have to see the flyer.
We did. Yeah.
Thursday, October 19th.
Thank you.
All right. This is Miss Natalie Wilcox. She's our Director of Community Research. So I wanted to share with you just a little bit about what we do in community education. I wish Jeff Billy was still here because he was a parent volunteer in my classes. He's a really young teacher. He's really old. That's good.
Sorry. We're just going to have you talk because for technology reasons, your slides are not coming up.
It didn't come through.
They're in the, how do I get out? Well, I don't know how to.
Before and after school programs that we provide for your schools, and our goal is to serve the community. That's exactly what we want to do. And if we're ever not doing that, you need to just let us know because we want to meet your needs. We hear your needs, and and I'm listening to our family and to the community. So we do before and after school care. One of the big things you all know about the mascot and mascot club. If you can see my slide, I have a little stand the code, change the future, because we are always looking for staff members. We are encouraging people to apply for jobs. We do hire high school students as well, and we have hire them in firms, and we come alongside them and teach them how to be employees and how to communicate with them. It's quite an adventure because for many of them, their first job. And so we want them to have fun. We want them to be a part of what's happening in the schools. It's a great job for them. They don't have to work on the weekends. They don't have to work late into the evenings. So you have a child, it's a great first start for them. But we do the before and after school care in our schools. And we also have early childhood programs, which we service children from birth. We start at birth. We have two programs, one at the James B. Lee Early Childhood Center and one at Pinnacle High School. And we have children, we have children who are just brand new little babies, and we have the opportunity to take care of them, raise them, experience, as well as preschool. We have preschool programs in school. We also do before and after school enrichment programs. Most of those are after school, but our goal with that is to really provide activity for those children. So always just going to come if they have something fun to do after school. And if you have something that's a desire at your school, call our enrichment department. They will put it on a calendar. We have a big whiteboard planning calendar. They'll put down your ideas, your thoughts, your suggestions, and they will work to bring something to the school. Something that interests you. So, something that's inspired, then what we do is run the class. Attempt to run the class. We advertise, and then hopefully we will have enough students to register to be able to do that class work. We cancel them if we can't afford it. It's a business at that point. But if you have something you want, or there's a tremendous interest, don't hesitate to reach out and let us know. And we're always willing to complete something. So a school called me a couple years ago and said our community really wants to have Spanish after school. And so we worked with the school, we worked with the community, we were able to provide a class. And so we try to do that. And we take it as far as we can. We get the vendor, we get the people in place, we open up the registration, and then if we don't have enough registration, then we have to close in at times. But we do everything we can to advertise it. You can find all of our community programs that are before and after school program. I think your easiest way is through the main district website under families. And then under families, you'll see before and after school care. If you click on that, you'll see mascot programs that we offer. That's an easy way to get to us. We also have the Family Resource Center, which is a program that and this is a grant with First Things First. And it helps at the still public difficult service for those of us who have been around. But this services the needs of children and families from birth to five. And parents are able to connect with their children and classes. The children participate in a part of the class, the parents participate in a part of the class. And it's a wonderful opportunity for our young parents to learn about parenting, about classes, they're just their own benefits. This is a great place to do that.
good school. So, but they don't have to be struggling. But I'm just, you know, you all are usually ones who are able to. You're very involved, you understand. And then you put them to that or you've done additional support. This would be a great resource. In our department, we also oversee building rentals. So if you are hosting an event at your school, and you fill out the form that's reserving the room and the air conditioning, custodians, all of that comes through my department and you know, approve those. But that also includes things like building improvement, websites, skills, all of that. And so always making sure that when people grab to school, reminding people to get those things filled out so that if you have an event, if air conditioning is online in June and it's everybody. And then summer program, we have a children and but it's not school and it's fun and it's summer and I'm trying to balance all of that. So we have a big team of people with all the mascot managers from all the sites come together as well as mascot interns. And so we were able to bring in a lot of our new from the high schools and work with them. And they're fantastic. And it's so much fun. It's fun for the kids, it's fun for them. So we have a lot going on all the time. It's never boring. And we're happy to help and to serve in any way or in
Okay, well, we got slides pulled up. Do you have a question?
I just had a quick question for Ms. Wilcox. So we had there was a kind of a PTO gathering first, and several parents had mentioned that they were having from sixth grade, like there's a classes offered for K-5 and not 6, even though our schools K-6. I was just wondering how those decisions are made of like who enrolled in the classes and how that like how would we go about doing the review one of your staff to try to have something more available. There were several parents that we would love to have our sixth graders in some things that wasn't an option. Like how did we do that?
Yes, I'll just be really quick. Several things really down to what I talked about sometimes a business. Because we have noticed and done studies in the past, our enrollment in enrichment for kindergarten and then by sixth grade, it gets really small. And sometimes you can't do one class. I think right now we have about 9 classes that are paying 6. But I think you referenced earlier, by the time you get to a certain point, they kind of age out of some of the programming. And so we're always willing to just bring on something, if there's something of a particular interest for sixth graders. Our past history has shown it declined so much that it doesn't make business sense for us to run a class and to not be able to.
I mean, maybe not just a sixth grader, but it seems odd to say, well, K-5 can be in this, but not your sixth graders, even though your school is K-6 or like a 4-6 or like, it seems like it would make sense to then have.
So we always open it up. And we really don't need to have those kinds of restrictions. Sometimes a vendor will specialize in certain agents, and we have to accommodate with that vendor. Those are the people. But if a parent comes in like, I really wants to attend the class with them, will be. And but I think more than anything, that when something let us know.
Our parents to say what are the classes you sign up for or something like that to be able to find, because we have very little at our school right now. I've heard from parents if they would like to, I've heard of them on I mean, but like
Yeah.
They can reach out to you via email and schedule that. Thank you so much.
Is there a minimum you need to have for classes for after school?
It's on the class, but usually we're at about 6.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Wilcox.
But obviously, this is a very important conversation. More about what they do, the faces with me. So thank you everyone for being here. I know a lot of folks have other places to go. So if you need to book it out, please book quickly and we'll see you later. Thank you again, every single one of you. Thank you.